Hello, everyone, and welcome to Feel Learn English. I'm really happy that you're here with me today. It truly means a lot that you chose to spend your time learning English here. Before we begin, please take just 1 second to tap like and subscribe. This helps the channel grow, and it also means you can practice English with me every single day. All right, now take a slow, deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Clear your mind. Let's begin. For a moment, forget grammar rules. Forget trying to sound perfect. Forget the fear of making mistakes. Today is not about perfection. Today is about progress. This lesson is different. This is a 1-hour C1 English listening practice with real natural conversations. We will start simple and calm and slowly move into deeper, more advanced English. You don't need to rush. Just listen. Just follow. Throughout this video, you will hear short shadowing pauses. When you hear them, repeat after me. Speak out loud, even if you are alone. Your voice matters. Let's try together. Say it with me. I can speak English clearly. Shadowing pause. Repeat again. I can speak English clearly. Good. Let's begin our journey. A quiet morning. Real-life C1 English listening practice. The morning light slowly slips through the curtains. It is soft and gentle. I open my eyes and stretch my arms, letting the quiet of the room surround me. The clock glows faintly on the table. 6:52 a.m. I sit up slowly and notice the cool air on my skin. For a moment, I don't rush. I don't check my phone. I simply breathe. Then I whisper to myself, let's make today meaningful. Shadowing pause. Repeat. Let's make today meaningful. I stand up and walk toward the bathroom, feeling the familiar rhythm of a new day. When I turn on the tap, cold water washes away the last pieces of sleep. I look at my reflection in the mirror. I look calm, a little tired, but ready. I brush my teeth slowly. I'm not thinking about emails, deadlines, or problems. I focus only on this moment, one small, peaceful moment. In the kitchen, the cool morning air fills the room. I place a small pot on the stove and boil water for tea. Soon the water begins to bubble softly. The sound is steady and comforting. While I wait, I slice an apple. I toast a piece of bread and spread a thin layer of butter on top. Nothing special, just simple food to start the day. As I eat, I look out the window. One car passes by, slowly, quietly. The world is waking up, and so am I. I finish breakfast, clean the counter, and stand still for a moment. I hold my warm cup with both hands and say softly, I'm ready for today. Shadowing pause. Repeat. I'm ready for today. The walk to the metro. Natural C1 conversations. By 7:38 a.m., I am outside, walking toward the metro station. The air is cool and fresh, brushing gently against my face. A delivery boy rides past me on his bike, quietly humming a song. A woman walks her dog and smiles politely as she passes. The city is not loud yet. It is calm. It is slowly waking up. At the corner, a small coffee stand is already open. The owner, Mr. Patel, sees me and nods. Morning, sir. Your usual? Yes, I say with a smile. 1 coffee, no sugar. He prepares it quickly and hands it to me. Careful, it's hot. Just like every morning, I take a sip. Strong. Warm. Perfect. As I walk, 2 men ahead of me are talking about yesterday's traffic. I was stuck for almost an hour, one says. The other laughs. Welcome to city life. I smile quietly. These small conversations are the heartbeat of the morning. At the metro entrance, I tap my card and walk inside. The cool underground air replaces the warmth of the street. A train arrives with a soft rush of wind. Inside, people are spread out. Some are reading, some look half asleep, others are already lost in their own routines. I sit near the door. Across from me, a young man in his 20s is whispering something. At first, I can't hear him. Then I realize he is practicing English. He is shadowing phrases from a podcast. I want to improve. I want to speak confidently. I can do this. His voice is quiet but steady. I smile. I know that feeling. I was there once. In some ways, I still am. He notices me looking and smiles shyly. "Sorry," he says, "I'm practicing." "No need to apologize. Keep going. You're doing great." He nods, encouraged. When the train stops, he stands up. Before leaving, he says, "Thank you. Sometimes I feel silly talking to myself." I shake my head. "No, you sound determined. That's what matters." He smiles and steps off the train. As the doors close, I whisper a final line, for him and for you. I'm improving every day. Shadowing pause. Repeat. I'm improving every day. She finishes her sentence about the proposal and smiles. Hopefully today is easier. I say hopefully, she replies, laughing softly. On the 7th floor, I step out of the elevator and into the office. The space is already alive. Colleagues stand near the hallway talking. Someone laughs loudly at a joke. Someone else sighs dramatically at their computer screen. It's a normal workday beginning. I sit at my desk and open my laptop. Emails appear instantly. Notifications pop up. Reminders fill the screen. Before diving into everything, I pause. I take one steady breath, just one simple breath, because sometimes that is all it takes to stay calm and grounded. Small shadowing break. Repeat these phrases with me. We will use them again later. I can express myself clearly. I can handle advanced conversations. I understand more than I think. Shadow them one more time. I understand more than I think. The office slowly grows louder as more people arrive. Footsteps echo across the floor. Chairs slide back. The coffee machine hisses and releases warm steam. I start reviewing yesterday's tasks. I scroll through project notes and client messages. My mind slowly shifts into work mode. Just then, my manager, Olivia, walks past my desk holding a tablet. "Good morning," she says, stopping near me. "Morning," I reply. "Do you have 2 minutes?" she asks. Her voice is neutral, but the question still makes me a little nervous. "Of course," I say. We walk into a quiet meeting room. She closes the door gently and sits across from me. "I reviewed your analysis from last week," she begins. My shoulders tense slightly. Old habits, old fears. I wait. Then she smiles. "It was strong," she says. "Clear logic, organized structure, and your recommendations were practical." Relief washes over me like warm water. "Thank you," I say honestly. "I've been trying to make my writing more concise." Olivia nods. "It shows." She pauses, then adds, "And I want you to lead part of the client discussion tomorrow." My heart jumps once. "Me?" "Yes," she says calmly. "You're ready." I pause, letting the words sink in. For years I avoided speaking. I worried about sounding unsure, sounding imperfect, sounding like I didn't belong. But today feels different. Stronger. All right, I say, taking a calm breath. I'll do it. Olivia smiles. That's what I like to hear. We leave the meeting room, and I return to my desk with a quiet confidence growing inside me. Shadowing moment. Say this with me. I can handle this. Pause. Again. I can handle this. Lunchtime, a natural advanced conversation. By noon, the office rhythm softens. People stretch in their chairs, they rub their eyes, they gather their things and head out for lunch. I walk with two coworkers, Ethan and Mia, to a small cafe down the street. Outside, the air feels warmer now. It carries the smell of roasted coffee beans from nearby shops. Inside the cafe, soft music plays. People talk quietly, laptops are open, spoons clink against ceramic cups. We find a table near the window. Ethan opens the menu and groans loudly. Why is choosing food always the hardest part of my day? Mia laughs. It's not that deep, Ethan. Oh, it is, he says seriously. My happiness depends on this sandwich. We all laugh, the kind of laughter that releases tension and makes everything feel lighter. A server approaches our table. Hi there, what can I get for you today? Her voice is friendly, clear, and a little fast. Perfect listening practice for C1 learners. I order first. I'll have the grilled chicken salad, please, and an iced green tea. Of course, she says, typing quickly. Mia orders soup. Ethan changes his mind 3 times before choosing a tuna melt. The server stays patient the entire time. When she leaves, Ethan leans forward. You know, he says, I used to panic ordering in English. Mia nods. Same. Then one day, Ethan continues, I realized nobody cares if your accent is perfect. They just want your order. Mia smiles. Confidence matters more than pronunciation. They both look at me. What about you? Mia asks. You speak pretty comfortably now. I think for a moment. I used to rehearse everything, I admit. Even simple things, ordering food, asking for directions, small talk at work. I prepared lines in my head like a script. Ethan smiles. A lot of us did. Still do, Mia adds softly. She looks at me again. What helped you change? I take a slow breath. Real conversations, I say. Not textbook dialogues, not forced practice. Just talking to people, listening to how they really speak, noticing rhythm, tone, and pauses. Ethan nods. That's the secret. Real life. The server returns with our food, placing each plate carefully on the table. The smell is warm and comforting. Before eating, I close my eyes briefly and say quietly, "Thanks for the food." A small moment of gratitude. Shadowing break. Repeat after me. I learn from real conversations. Pause. Again. I learn from real conversations. Afternoon. Deeper work. More advanced listening. After lunch, I return to the office and settle back into my chair. The afternoon stretches ahead, calm but focused. The afternoon feels calmer now, slower, but heavier in a good, productive way. I open the presentation draft on my screen. Charts, numbers, and notes fill the page, all waiting for structure and clarity. I begin shaping the content carefully, sentence by sentence, slide by slide. A soft knock interrupts my focus. It's Mia. Got a minute? She asks. Sure, I reply. She hands me a printed document. Can you look at this paragraph? I want it to sound more natural, more like something you'd actually say in a meeting. I scan the paragraph. It's detailed and intelligent, but the language feels stiff. I read it out loud. We have encountered various operational challenges that may prevent timely completion of our objectives. Then I pause and rephrase it naturally. We've run into a few issues that could delay our progress. Mia blinks. That sounds so much clearer. I smile. That's all native speakers really do, I say. They simplify. They cut the noise. Mia taps her pen thoughtfully. Sometimes I overthink every sentence. Everyone does, I reply. It's part of learning at this level. She nods, encouraged. Thanks, this helps a lot. She walks away, leaving me with a small smile. Helping others always reminds me how far I've come. I return to my laptop and continue shaping the presentation. Time passes quietly, focused, steady. Shadowing break. C1 phrases. Repeat after me. I can express complex ideas clearly. Pause. I don't need perfect grammar to communicate well. Pause. I speak with confidence and clarity. Pause. Good. The afternoon sun stretches long shadows across the office floor. People begin moving around more, refilling water bottles, stretching their backs, walking to the printer. There's a quiet rhythm to it, the familiar pulse of a workday in motion. I glance at the clock. 3:12 p.m. That late afternoon heaviness settles in. The day isn't over yet, but the energy has slowed. I stand and walk to the break room to refill my water bottle. The machine hums softly. Outside the window, the sky looks bright, almost glowing. As I'm filling my bottle, someone steps beside me. It's Jonathan, one of the senior managers, calm, sharp, always observant. Long day? He asks. I smile. Not too bad, just preparing for tomorrow's discussion. He nods slowly. I heard Olivia asked you to lead part of it. Yes, I reply, trying to sound calm, even though my heart beats a little faster. Jonathan leans against the counter, thoughtful. You know, he says, the first time I led a client meeting, I barely slept the night before. I kept thinking every sentence had to be perfect. I laugh softly. Sounds familiar. Jonathan smiles. Then someone told me something simple, something that changed the way I speak. I raise an eyebrow. What was it? He looks at me directly. People don't remember perfect sentences. They remember clarity, confidence, and honesty. I breathe out slowly, letting the words sink in. Just communicate, he adds. Don't perform. I nod. Thank you, I say quietly. That's exactly what I needed to hear. I'm doing okay. A stop before home. Advanced C1 listening. I get off the train 2 stops early. Not because I need to, but because I enjoy walking the last part home. The street is lined with small shops, bookstores, florists, tiny bakeries. Warm light spills onto the sidewalk. The evening feels peaceful and familiar. I stop at a small grocery store to pick up some fresh fruit. Inside, soft music plays. The aisles smell like oranges and clean wooden shelves. A young cashier greets me. Good evening. Let me know if you need help. Thanks, I reply. I pick up bananas, 2 apples, and a small bag of almonds. At the counter, the cashier scans everything quickly. That'll be $4.95. I tap my card. A short pause. Then she says something unexpectedly kind. You look like you had a long day. I blank, surprised. Was it that obvious? She smiles. Not in a bad way. Just a calm, tired kind of look. I laugh softly. That sounds accurate. She hands me the bag. Well, have a peaceful evening. You too, I reply. When I step outside, I feel lighter again. It's strange how small conversations can lift your mood. Shadowing break, C1 fluency phrases. Repeat these slowly and naturally. I'm learning to stay calm under pressure. Pause. I express myself confidently even when I'm unsure. Pause. I'm getting better day by day. Pause. Good. Ending of part 3. I continue walking home. The grocery bag bumps gently against my leg. The cool evening air brushes past me. The day has been long but meaningful. This quiet walk feels like the perfect transition into night. The sky turns a soft shade of blue. Streetlights switch on one by one, casting warm circles of light on the pavement. The neighborhood feels calm and familiar, comforting in its predictability. When I reach my building, I scan my keycard and step inside. The lobby is quiet, filled only with the low hum of the air conditioner. An older security guard, Mr. Harris, sits behind the desk reading a newspaper. He looks up and nods. "Evening." "Evening," I reply. He folds the paper slightly. "Long day?" I smile. That seems to be the theme today. Everyone keeps asking me that. He chuckles. People notice energy even when they don't realize it. I pause. He's right. We think our stress or tiredness is invisible, but people sense more than we say. "Get some rest," he adds kindly. "I will. Have a good night," I say as I step into the elevator. Inside, soft piano music plays. I lean against the wall and take a deep breath. Up, up, up. The doors open. I walk down the hallway, unlock my door, and step inside. At home, real-life advanced listening. The moment I enter, the quiet wraps around me like a soft blanket. The gentle hum of the refrigerator, the faint smell of clean laundry from earlier, the warm, dim light in the living room. Everything feels peaceful. I place the grocery bag on the counter, wash the apples, and put everything neatly into the fridge. Then I heat water for tea. While I wait, I loosen my shoulders, stretch my neck, and exhale slowly. The kind of exhale you don't even realize you've been holding all day. When the water boils, I pour it into a cup and add a tea bag. Steam rises gently. I sit by the window with my tea, watching cars move quietly along the street below. The city feels different at night, slower, softer, calmer. As I sip my tea, I whisper to myself, "You made it through today." Final shadowing moment. Repeat calmly, "I made it through today." Shadowing pause. Repeat again, "I made it through today." Pause. Again, "I made it through today." A call from a friend. Deep, natural conversation. My phone buzzes softly. A video call request appears on the screen. It's Ava. I smile before answering. "Hey," I say as her face fills the screen. She looks relaxed, sitting in a cozy room with warm lights glowing behind her. "Hi," she says gently. "I just wanted to check in. You disappeared after work." I take another sip of tea. "I needed a walk," I say, "and some time to think." "What about?" she asks. I shrug lightly. "Everything. Work, tomorrow's presentation, the usual noise in my head." Ava nods. "I get that. Some days feel heavier than others." "Yeah," I agree, "but today wasn't bad, just full." She smiles. "Full days are good. They make you feel alive." There's a pause. Easy. Natural. Then Ava says, "You sounded more confident earlier, more centered." "Really?" I ask. "Yeah," she replies. "It feels like you're becoming more comfortable in your own skin." I laugh softly. I'm trying. She tilts her head thoughtfully. You know what helps? A night routine. Something grounding. Like what? For me, she says, I write 3 sentences every night. One thing I learned, one thing I'm grateful for, and one thing I want to improve. That's actually nice, I say. You should try it. I might, I reply. Ava smiles warmly. Anyway, rest well and don't overthink tomorrow. You've got this. I look at her for a moment, genuinely grateful. Thanks. Good night, Ava. Good night. The screen fades to black. Quiet reflection. C1, C2, listening. I stay seated by the window, looking out at the quiet street below. A small part of me still feels nervous about tomorrow, but a bigger part feels calm. Growth is slow, but it's real. I whisper something I often forget to say. You're doing better than you think. I let the words settle into the room like a soft truth. Shadowing moment. Repeat after me. I'm doing better than I think. Pause. One more time. I'm doing better than I think. Preparing dinner. Simple, meaningful moments. I walk into the kitchen, wash my hands, and start making a simple dinner. Nothing complicated, just noodles, vegetables, garlic, and olive oil. As the vegetables sizzle softly in the pan, the room fills with a warm, familiar smell. Cooking always slows me down. It makes me feel present, human, here. While I stir, I think about something Jonathan said earlier. Communicate, don't perform. It feels deeper now. So much of learning English, especially at higher levels, isn't about grammar. It's about expression, clarity, authenticity, presence. I turn off the stove, plate the food, and sit at the table. The first bite is always the best. Warm, simple, comforting. I eat slowly, enjoying each flavor. Dinner thoughts, advanced emotional listening. After a few minutes, I whisper softly, "You're allowed to rest." It sounds simple, but sometimes simple truths are the hardest to accept. I finish eating, wash the dishes, and wipe the counter clean. The apartment feels tidy, peaceful, warm. Shadowing break, deeper C1 fluency. Repeat these sentences slowly and naturally. I trust myself more each day. Pause. I speak confidently even when I feel unsure. Pause. My voice matters. Pause. I am becoming fluent one conversation at a time. Pause. Excellent. A short walk on the balcony. Night ambience. I step onto my small balcony. The air is cool and fresh. A few cars pass by. A dog barks somewhere in the distance. Soft music drifts from an open window far away. The city feels alive, but gently. I lean on the railing and look at the glowing windows of nearby apartments. Different lives, different stories, all happening at the same time. It reminds me of something important. Everyone carries something. Everyone is learning, growing, struggling in their own quiet way. I whisper, "You're not alone." Shadowing moment. Repeat, "I'm not alone." Pause. Good. The night deepens and the air grows cooler. I step back inside and close the balcony door softly. The city outside is quiet now, calm in a way only late evenings can be. I turn on a small lamp in the living room and sit on the couch. The warm light fills the space. I feel calm, comfortably tired, not exhausted. I reach for my notebook and a pen. Maybe Ava was right. I open to a blank page and write, One thing I learned today: clarity matters more than perfection. One thing I'm grateful for: conversations that remind me I'm growing. One thing I want to improve: speaking with confidence under pressure. I look at the page for a moment. Simple, honest, true. A knock at the door. Natural advanced conversation. Suddenly, I hear a knock. Soft but clear. I stand, curious, and open the door. It's Daniel, holding a small box of pastries. He grins. "Peace offering," he says. I laugh. "For what?" "For eating your snacks last week," he says, smiling, "and for dragging you into that meeting you didn't want to attend." I shake my head, amused. "You didn't have to bring anything." He shrugs casually. "I wanted to, and I also needed an excuse to talk." He steps inside, and I close the door gently behind him. Daniel looks around the apartment. "Your place always feels peaceful," he says. "Mine looks like a hurricane lives there." I chuckle. "I clean when I'm stressed." "Ah," he says, pointing playfully. "So that's your secret." He hands me the pastry box. "I got extra in case you're hungry." "Thanks," I say. "Tea?" "Always." I boil water again and prepare 2 cups. Daniel sits on the couch and leans back with a tired sigh. "You know," he begins slowly, "I'm nervous about the client meeting tomorrow, too." I sit beside him. "You? You're usually confident." He laughs quietly. "Only on the outside. Inside, I'm a mess." I take a sip of tea. "Honestly, same." Daniel nods. "I think everyone pretends. Everyone looks confident until you get close enough to hear the cracks." "That's true," I say. He looks at me more seriously. "You know what helps me?" "What?" "Remembering that the client is human," he says. "They eat breakfast, they complain about traffic, they forget passwords. Same as us." I smile. "We're not performing for robots." "Exactly," he says. "So tomorrow, let's just be human." I nod. Deal. We sit quietly for a moment, sipping our tea. The silence feels comfortable, not awkward. Shadowing break. Repeat slowly. I don't have to be perfect to be confident. Pause. Again. I don't have to be perfect to be confident. A deeper conversation. Advanced listening. After a minute, Daniel speaks again. "You know," he says, "you've changed a lot." I glance at him. "How?" "The way you speak," he says. "Calmer, clearer, like you're actually listening to yourself." The phrase surprises me. "Listening to myself," I repeat quietly. "It's not something I've ever tried to do on purpose." "You think that's good?" I ask. "It's great," he says without hesitation. "It feels like you're not chasing approval anymore. You're just present." I don't answer right away. His words land deeper than I expect. He adds softly, "Most people speak to impress. You speak to connect." A quiet warmth spreads in my chest. "Thank you," I say honestly. Daniel stands and stretches. "All right, I should go before I fall asleep on your couch." I walk him to the door. As he steps out, he turns back. "Hey, tomorrow you'll do great." I smile. "You will too." He waves and disappears down the hallway. I close the door gently. A moment of stillness. C1, C2, reflective listening. I return to the couch and sit down again, holding my tea. Daniel's words stay with me. You're not chasing approval anymore. You're just present. Maybe that's what fluency really is. Not perfect grammar, not advanced vocabulary, but presence, confidence, connection. I whisper softly, almost as a reminder, you're allowed to take up space. Shadowing moment. Repeat after me. I'm allowed to take up space. Pause. One more time. I'm allowed to take up space. A calm night work session. Natural advanced vocabulary. I open my laptop to review tomorrow's presentation one last time. The slides look clean and simple. No complicated language, just clear human sentences. Here's what we found. Here's what it means. Here's our recommendation. I practice the opening line out loud. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to walk you through our findings. Simple, direct, honest. I repeat it again, slower, more confident. Then I add, and if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me. I'd be happy to explain anything in more detail. It feels natural. Shadowing break. Repeat after me. I speak clearly and confidently in every situation. Pause. I can lead advanced conversations. Pause. My English is strong, natural, and fluent. Pause. Excellent. Ending, part 5. I close my laptop and stretch my arms. The night is quiet. My apartment feels warm. My mind feels clearer than it did earlier. Before getting ready for bed, I whisper one last sentence. You're exactly where you need to be. Morning, a new beginning. The morning light slips gently through the curtains, warmer and brighter than yesterday. I open my eyes and stay still for a moment, listening. Cars passing in the distance, a bird somewhere nearby, footsteps in the hallway outside my apartment. Today matters. Not because it will be perfect, but because it's real. I sit up, stretch my arms, and take a slow breath. Steady, I whisper. Just be steady. I walk to the bathroom as warm water runs over my hands. I look at the reflection. Not nervous, alert. Not scared, alive. This is the version of me I once wished for. Not flawless, just present. Present. I splash cold water on my face and feel my senses wake up. My mind feels sharp. My body feels ready. I look at myself and speak softly, slowly, with intention. You're ready. Shadowing moment. Repeat with me. I'm ready. Pause. Again. I'm ready. Breakfast, calm before the day. In the kitchen, I prepare a simple breakfast. Yogurt, fresh fruit, a cup of hot tea. Steam rises from the cup, warm and steady. It grounds me. As I stir the tea, I repeat the first line of my presentation in my mind. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. I say it out loud, quietly and naturally. Then I smile at myself. Not forced, just calm, just confident. While eating, I remember something Daniel said last night. The client is human. It's funny how easily we forget that. We imagine audiences as walls, as judges, as critics, but they're just people doing their jobs, people like us. I finish breakfast, wash my dish, wipe the counter, and grab my bag. Before leaving, I stand still for a moment and let the quiet fill the room. Then I whisper, show up. That's enough. Shadowing repeat. I show up. I do my best. Pause. The walk to the office. Real C1 listening practice. Outside, the air is cool and fresh. The sun hangs low, painting soft gold across the buildings. People walk quickly. They sip coffee, check their phones, adjust their bags. Everyone is in their own world. Everyone has somewhere to be. As I walk toward the metro, I see a familiar face. Mr. Patel, the man who runs the coffee stand. He smiles when he sees me. "Morning, sir," he says. "Big day." I raise an eyebrow. "How do you know?" He chuckles. "I've been watching people for 20 years. I read faces better than books." I laugh. "Well, you're not wrong." "Presentation day," he says, nodding. He hands me a cup. "On the house. Extra strong, extra courage." I blink, surprised. "You didn't have to." "He didn't have to," he says, "but I wanted to." I take the cup, warm in my hands. "Thank you, really." He waves me off. "Go, do well." As I walk away, the coffee warms more than my hands. It warms my chest. The metro ride, advanced inner dialogue. On the train, I find a seat and breathe deeply. A woman next to me practices French on her phone. A young man across the aisle rehearses a speech. A student flips through exam notes. Everyone is preparing for something. It makes me feel less alone. I close my eyes and let the soft rumble of the train steady me. I whisper, "You're capable." Shadowing repeat. I'm capable. Pause. Again. I'm capable. Arriving at the office. Natural professional conversation. When I step into the building, the energy feels focused and purposeful. Mia waits near the elevator, holding a folder tightly. "There you are," she says. "Nervous?" "A little," I admit. "You?" She laughs. "A lot." We stepped into the elevator. As the doors close, she inhales deeply. "I hope I don't freeze." "You won't," I say calmly. "Just speak simply. Focus on the message, not the performance." She nods. "Right. Communicate, don't perform. You said that yesterday." The elevator stops on the 7th floor. As we step out, she looks at me. "You know, you've become someone people trust." I blink. "Why do you say that?" "Because when you speak, it feels sincere, not showy, not forced, just honest." I smile. Honest, a word I never thought would describe my English. "Thanks," I say softly. Final preparation, advanced listening and thinking. Inside the meeting room, everything is ready. The table is set, folders are neatly arranged, screens are prepared, glasses of water sit evenly spaced. I sit down, open my laptop, and check the slides one last time. Jonathan enters with Olivia and gives me a small nod, quiet encouragement, the kind that means more than words. "Ready?" he whispers. "Yes," I answer. This time, no hesitation. Daniel walks in next, relaxed as always. He lightly bumps my shoulder. "Let's do this." I smile. "Let's do this." The clients arrive a few minutes later, calm, professional, polite. We greet them warmly. Olivia turns to me. "You can start whenever you're ready." I stand. My heart beats once. Steady. Grounded. Not afraid. I look at the room, at the people, at the moment I used to fear, and then I begin. "Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to walk you through our findings." The words flow naturally, calm, clear, confident, not because I memorized them, but because I own them. I'm not performing, I'm communicating. The room listens. No judgment, no pressure, just people sharing ideas. For the first time in years, I feel fluent. Not perfect fluent, but comfortable, present, in control of myself. Strong C1, C2 shattering lines. Repeat after me. I speak naturally, clearly, and confidently. Pause. My English flows with ease. Pause. I can express my ideas calmly and effectively. Pause. Excellent. Complex ideas without fear. Shadowing pause. I belong in every conversation. Pause. Excellent. The presentation ends with a soft click as I close my laptop. For a moment, the room is completely still. No one speaks, no papers move, no one rushes. It's the rare kind of silence that means people are thinking, the respectful kind. Then a client across the table leans forward. She wears a gray suit. Her eyes are sharp, but her voice is calm. "That was very clear," she says, "concise and easy to follow." I nod politely, but inside something warm begins to grow, a quiet trust in myself. Another client adds, "I really appreciated how you simplified the data without losing the meaning." I respond calmly without rushing. "Thank you. Our goal was to make the insights practical and usable." Olivia looks at me and smiles. Not a big smile, a proud one. Jonathan smoothly takes over the next part of the discussion. I sit back slightly, still alert, but relieved. Daniel leans toward me and whispers, "You nailed it." I whisper back, "We nailed it." He hides a smile behind his hand, and for the first time at work, I feel something new. Not survival, not fear, belonging. Hallway, natural advanced dialogue. When the meeting ends, we walk into the hallway. The air feels lighter, almost celebratory. Olivia closes the meeting room door gently and turns to me. "That was excellent," she says. "Exactly what we needed." "I'm glad it helped," I reply. She pauses. "You know," she says, "6 months ago you barely spoke in meetings." I smile. "I remember." "And now," she continues, "you're presenting to international clients." I shrug lightly, but I feel proud. Small steps. She shakes her head gently. "No, real steps." Jonathan joins us and pats my shoulder. "You've come a long way. Keep going." I thank them both and walk toward my desk. Back at the desk, growing confidence. When I sit down, my phone vibrates. A message from my sister. "How did it go? Are you proud of yourself yet?" I type back, "It went well, really well. And yes, I think I am." Her reply comes instantly. "Good, you deserve that feeling. Remember it." I put the phone down and take a slow breath. I let the feeling settle. Quiet, warm, earned. Then I whisper to myself, "You did it." Shadowing break. Repeat after me. I did it. Pause. Again. I did it. Lunch. A moment of peace. At noon, the team decides to go out for lunch to celebrate. Daniel suggests a nearby restaurant with outdoor seating. The weather is warm. A soft breeze moves through the trees. We sit under a large umbrella. Sunlight filters through the leaves, painting gentle shadows on the table. While we wait, Ethan asks, "So, how does it feel to be the star of the meeting?" I laugh. "Star is a strong word." Mia smiles. "Okay then, how does it feel to not be terrified?" I think for a moment. "I was nervous," I say, "but I wasn't scared. There's a difference." Daniel raises his glass. "To differences that matter." We lightly clink glasses. When the food arrives, simple bowls of rice, chicken, and vegetables, the table grows quiet. Not because the food is special, but because everyone is relaxed. Ethan looks at me. "You know," he says, "you spoke with a lot more clarity today." I blink. "I did?" He nods. "Yeah, it wasn't just what you said, it was how you said it." "How was that?" I ask. He thinks for a moment, like the message mattered more than being perfect. His words stay with me. After lunch, a reflective walk. After lunch, the team heads back to the office. I take a longer route, walking alone. The city feels calm in the early afternoon. quiet conversations on benches, warm sunlight on shop windows, the soft sound of dishes from a cafe. I walk slowly, and I think about how much has changed. Not overnight, not in one big moment, but little by little. Small, brave things, small, honest things, small, consistent things. That's how confidence grows. That's how fluency builds. Not by pressure, not by force, but by showing up every day. I stop at a crosswalk, look up at the sky, and whisper, "You're becoming who you needed." Shadowing moment. Repeat after me. I'm becoming who I needed. Pause. One more time. I'm becoming who I needed. Back to work. Calm and natural. When I return, the office is quiet. People are focused, typing, thinking, talking softly on calls. I sit at my desk, take a sip of water, and open my inbox. A new email waits from the client. "Thank you for today's presentation. Your explanations were clear and extremely helpful. We look forward to working together moving forward." I read it slowly, and I smile. Not perfect grammar, not advanced vocabulary, just clear, natural, human, and that is enough. I close the email, lean back in my chair, and allow myself to feel proud. Not loudly, not dramatically, quiet pride. Quiet pride lasts longer. Small talk with a coworker, natural advanced dialogue. Later in the afternoon, Mia walks past my desk. She slows down and stops. "Hey," she says softly, "thanks again for helping me yesterday. I learned a lot." I smile. "You're welcome. You did great today." She nods. "I was nervous, but hearing you speak so calmly made me feel calmer too." I laugh quietly. We help each other without even realizing it. She smiles and walks away. I look back at my screen thinking about that. It's true. We're all connected in small and visible ways. Shadowing break. Strong C1 sentences. Repeat slowly and clearly. I can handle any conversation. Pause. My English feels natural and grounded. Pause. I trust my voice. Pause. I belong here. Pause. Excellent. The workday ends. The sun begins to set as the workday slowly comes to an end. Warm, golden light pours through the office windows. It softens the sharp lines of desks, papers, and screens. People start packing their bags, not rushed, not tired, just peaceful. I shut down my laptop, place it in my bag, and stand up. The day was long, but full in the best way. In the hallway, Daniel jogs a few steps to catch up with me. "Dinner?" he asks. I shake my head gently. "Not tonight. I think I need a quiet evening." He nods, understanding. "Fair enough. Enjoy the calm. You earned it." We bump fists and head in opposite directions. Evening walk, emotional listening. Outside, the air is cool and comforting. People pass by in pairs, in groups, or alone. Each person carries the story of their day in the way they walk. I move slowly toward the metro station, not in a hurry. The city feels lighter tonight, as if it knows I need a gentler pace. A street musician plays a soft melody on a violin. The sound floats through the air like a memory. I stop for a moment to listen. It feels delicate, nostalgic, a little bittersweet. The musician opens his eyes and smiles. "Beautiful evening," he says. I nod. "Beautiful music." He chuckles. "I play what I feel." "That's good," I reply quietly. "People hear that." He nods, grateful. I drop a coin into his case. He bows slightly. As I walk away, the music follows me for a few steps, then slowly fades into the city. Metro ride, quiet reflection. I find an empty seat near the door. The train moves smoothly, rocking gently from side to side. Outside the window, lights blur into long streaks of gold and white. Across from me, an older woman reads a thick novel. A student beside her listens to something on his headphones, quietly mouthing words. A man in a suit leans back with his eyes closed, tired but peaceful. Everyone is on a journey. Everyone is learning something. Everyone is carrying something quietly. I close my eyes for a moment and whisper, "You're doing well." Shadowing moment. Repeat after me. I'm doing well. Pause. Again. I'm doing well. Pause. Arriving home, calm night begins. When I step into my apartment, the quiet welcomes me immediately. Soft lights glow, the familiar scent of home wraps around me like a gentle blanket. I place my bag down and sit on the couch. My body relaxes, sinking into the cushions. It feels good to be home. I change into comfortable clothes, soft pants, a warm sweater. In the kitchen, I cook something simple: rice, sautéed vegetables, a little sesame oil. The smell fills the apartment, warm, grounding. I sit by the window with my dinner and watch the night deepen outside. The world is quiet, and inside me, something is quiet too. A steady kind of peace. Video call with Ava. Natural, emotional conversation. As I finish eating, my phone buzzes. A video call from Ava. I answer with a small smile. "Hey." Her face appears relaxed and warm. "So," she asks right away, "how did it go?" "It went well," I say. "Better than I expected." She claps softly. "I knew it. Tell me everything." I lean back, resting the phone on my knee. "Well," I say, "I didn't forget my words, I didn't panic, and I didn't try to sound smarter than I am." Ava raises an eyebrow. "That's real progress." I laugh. "I guess so." She smiles gently. "You sounded real, honest. People respect that." I nod, thinking about the clients, the room, the conversations. "Yeah," I say, "I felt clear." She nods. "That's what fluency really feels like. Not perfect grammar, clarity." Her words settle inside me like warm tea. She says she spent 2 hours writing this morning, finally finished a chapter. "That's amazing," I say honestly. "Yeah," she replies, brushing her hair behind her ear. "It feels good to commit to something." We fall quiet for a moment. Not awkward, just peaceful. Then she speaks again. "You seem different lately." I raise my eyebrow slightly. "Different how?" "More grounded," she says, "like you're not trying so hard to prove anything anymore." I smile, a little shy. "Maybe I'm learning to trust myself." She nods slowly. "I'm glad. It looks good on you." Her words touch something soft inside me. Not romantic, just human. The feeling of being seen. We talk a little longer about weekend plans, about books, about small things that quietly make life better. When we finally say goodnight, her voice is gentle. "Sleep well. You deserve a peaceful night." And for once, I believe her. Night walk on the balcony. Calm, C2 listening. Later, I step onto my balcony again. The city hums softly. Distant traffic, quiet voices far below. Life continues beyond my small world. Streetlights paint warm, golden circles on the road. Somewhere, someone laughs. Someone plays music. Someone closes a door. I breathe deeply and let the cool air fill my lungs. Today was a good day. Not perfect, not extraordinary, just meaningful. And meaningful is enough. I whisper softly, "You're not who you were before. You're becoming stronger." Shadowing break. Repeat after me. I'm becoming stronger. Pause. I trust my growth. Pause. I am confident in myself. Pause. Excellent. Notebook reflection. Quiet night. Back inside, I pick up my notebook again, the same one Ava encouraged me to use. I sit on the couch and write slowly. One thing I learned today: confidence grows from clarity, not perfection. One thing I'm grateful for: people who remind me I'm capable. One thing I want to improve: speaking without rushing my thoughts. I close the notebook gently. The day feels complete. The clock reads 10:42 p.m. The apartment is quiet, just the soft hum of the refrigerator, the city breathing faintly through the windows. I turn off most of the lights, leaving one warm lamp glowing in the corner. This is my favorite moment of the day, the calm space before sleep. I sit on the floor with a cup of tea, my back against the couch, my legs stretched out. No noise, no pressure, just silence. And in that silence, my thoughts finally slow down. Late night reflection, emotional listening. I think about the morning, the bus ride, the presentation, the small victories I didn't even notice at first. I whisper quietly, "You're doing better than you think." Shadowing moment. Repeat slowly, "I'm doing better than I think." Pause. Again, "I'm doing better than I think." Good. The tea warms my hands. I remember something my dad once told me. Confidence isn't loud, it's steady. Back then, I didn't understand. Now I do. I remember something my dad once said. Confidence isn't loud, it's steady. Now I understand. Confidence isn't shouting, it isn't pretending, it isn't forcing yourself to be someone else. Confidence is calm. Confidence is speaking slowly. Confidence is trusting your voice even when it shakes. My phone vibrates, a message from my mom. "Hope your day went well. Remember to rest. You always push yourself too hard." I smile. "It went well. I'm resting now," I reply. She answers quickly. "Good. I'm proud of you." Simple words, powerful words. A little later, Emily calls. "Are you awake?" she asks softly. "Yeah, just winding down." "How do you feel now that the presentation is over?" I think for a moment. "Lighter," I say, "more like myself." She laughs gently. "That's a good feeling." Before we hang up, she says, "I'm proud of you. You're becoming stronger. I can hear it in your voice." I thank her quietly. I open the window again. Cool night air touches my face. A cyclist rides past. A dog barks in the distance. A car honks far away. The world feels big but kind. I whisper, "You're allowed to slow down." Repeat, "I'm allowed to slow down." I think about who I used to be, afraid to speak English, afraid to make mistakes, afraid of being judged. I remember staying quiet, avoiding conversations, feeling small. But now, things are different. I still make mistakes, I still pause, I still search for words, but I speak anyway, because growth is not perfection, growth is courage. I whisper, "I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm trying, and that is enough." I sit on the edge of my bed. The room is dark and calm. I breathe slowly and say, "You're exactly where you need to be." And this time, I believe it. Final shadowing practice. Repeat slowly. I trust my journey. My English is improving every day. I speak with clarity and confidence. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be present. I am capable. I am enough. Well done. I lie down. The bed feels cool and soft. Outside, the city continues its quiet rhythm, but inside, I feel steady, strong, calm. Today was a good day. Tomorrow will bring new chances to learn, but for now, this moment is enough. I whisper one last time, keep going. I feel myself becoming part of life more and more. I am not hiding anymore. I am not shrinking. I am not doubting myself all the time. I am just living. I am just growing. I whisper gently, you're not behind. You're on your way. Repeat after me. I'm not behind. I'm on my way. Beautiful. I return to my notebook one last time tonight. I open to a clean page. At the top, I write, Day 177, 1 hour of English, 1 day of growth. Then I write a few simple lines. Today, I spoke bravely. Today, I showed up. Today, I learned something real. Tomorrow, I will try again. I pause for a moment, then add one final sentence. Confidence grows when you give yourself permission to grow. I close the notebook gently and place it on the table. Now one last shadowing session. Advanced level, natural, strong, real. Repeat slowly and clearly. I speak with clarity. I trust my progress. My voice matters. I can express my thoughts naturally. I am ready for real conversations. I am becoming fluent. One more time. Slow, confident. I am becoming fluent. I lie back on the bed again. Comfort settles over me like a soft blanket. My body relaxes. I close my eyes and whisper something I wish someone had told me years ago. One day, you will look back and realize this was the moment everything started. Not the moment you became fluent, but the moment you believed you could be. Because fluency does not begin with perfect grammar. Fluency begins with belief, with courage, with showing up every day, even when you are tired, even when you are scared, even when you doubt yourself, especially when you doubt yourself. I whisper softly, you're doing your best, and your best is enough. Repeat, my best is enough. The room grows darker. The night becomes deeper. My breathing slows. Before sleep takes me, I whisper one last shadowing phrase. Clear, calm, strong. Tomorrow I'll speak even better. Tomorrow I'll try again. Tomorrow I'll be proud of myself. And then, quietly, gently, good night. You did well today. Final message for the listener. If you're watching this, thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me, for practicing with me, for learning with me, for believing in yourself a little more today. Your English will grow. Your confidence will grow. Your voice will grow. As long as you keep going. This is Feel Learns English. Thank you for being here. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you want more daily English practice like this. Now rest. You've earned it.